Dude, isn't it crazy that people just kind of like give arcs?
Just for free?
Just like out there. They're like, arcs anyone? And they're passing by in a train and we have to like run and grab the arcs.
Yeah, and
That's
hopefully
exactly
it's a good one.
Yeah.
We were emailed. That's what happened. There was no train involved,
Mm-hmm.
but we were emailed by Jess. Shout out to Jess from Penguin House Publishing Group. I think.
Yeah.
And they basically said, hey, Freida McFadden's next banger book is coming out June 11th. Is there any possible way that you guys are interested in reading? Well, actually, at first, it didn't sound like they cared if we reviewed it. They were kind of just like,
You want to read it?
you want to read it?
I just have this arc in my back pocket.
Yeah. But then I think the day after or so, they were like, or are you interested in reviewing it? But what I like about emails like this is that they never give us any like indication of pressure. You know, it's never like
Please talk good.
please talk nicely.
Yeah.
Or else this is the last fucking art you're getting.
I know. No,
nothing at all.
Fucking Jess was like, here,
Jess was chill.
just take it.
Just take this art.
Take it and do what you will.
Do whatever you want with
Little
it.
did they know, we've known Freida since way back when.
Way back when. How many books has it been now?
This is our 5th Freida McFadden book.
Wow.
Dude. Are we going through a Freida McFadden?
I feel like this is a wrong season, but yeah, I think so.
What do you mean?
Summer?
What about it? Is it not summer in this book?
Oh, I guess summer slashers are a thing, right?
Yeah.
a thing.
It is. It's perfect. Don't you just want to go to the beach and just read about someone who can fucking annihilate your husband for you?
Actually, yeah.
Do you think that can fix your life?
I think getting arcs can fix my life.
Okay, well, welcome to the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast where we fix lives one arc at a time. I'm your host, Cheli.
And I'm your host, Yajaira.
And
I'm just really excited. I'm really happy. We were not even going to review the second book because Cheli and I both like to, I guess, expand our horizons. We don't really
look back.
We don't really usually stick with an author, but is it because we haven't really had an author that has
gripped us?
Maybe, I don't know.
No,
we'll discuss that later.
I feel like with us, no, we're discussing it now.
Okay.
I feel like with us, because it's a podcast, it's more like dipping your toes in, and if the people want to see more of it, they need to request it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like our recommendations that we do get, we take very seriously.
Yeah, we have a list.
Mm-hmm.
Please send us more recommendations.
Yes.
We love it.
But I feel like with that, we will always do that. But when it comes to a series, we really only read the first one. And that's kind of it. And then if we want to personally read it, then we do.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. But I was really excited to hear about this because Housemaid is so good. If you guys don't know, Housemaid 1. Let me give you a breakdown.
Go ahead.
We got our girl named Millie. She did some time in the slammer and she's not proud of it. So she's like, you know what? Yeah, I might have unalived someone who assaulted my friend, but I'm not that person anymore. I'm going to turn to a life of good and I'm just going to be a house cleaner for someone who wants me in their attic. Kind of slay.
And their tiny attic.
Tiny attic, but they gave me 3 mini water bottles, so I think this is it. And so she goes, and Millie notices, like, wait a minute, the wife Nina and her daughter Cece are kind of crazy, but Andy, the super amazing, hot, handsome husband,
husband, rich, sexy, loving, knows where the cleaning supplies are.
That's the best part. I think he's the one.
Yeah,
but as Freida McFadden does, right when you think you have your footing, you're on a fucking tarp, bitch. And she pulls it right up from under you. Turns out, Andy, he's kind of a bitch. And he's like, no, I can... You disobeyed me. And you don't do that.
You don't do that. Therefore, you're stuck in the attic now.
Sorry.
You're locked in the attic.
So it's just a lot of like... She just wants a normal life, but she sees a shitty situation happening to the wife of that family and wants to help the wife out of that situation. And because of that, Housemaid 2 is her way in the future. She did help a lot of women in those situations, but then she's like, no, I'm in a life of good now. I can't go back to unaliving people.
Yeah, that's not me
when
anymore.
all I want to do is be alive.
Uh-huh.
So she's over here trying to live a normal life. And she was like, yeah, I left everything behind. I was dating one of the gardeners that helped me unalive Andy, but fuck that.
Andy
He left.
from the first book.
Yeah, so she's like, I'm all fresh. I'm dating a guy named Broccoli. We're good.
His name's Brock.
And so it turns out that even the new person that they're cleaning the house for, Millie notices that the husband's not what he seems to be. So she's over here trying to help the wife, but guess what? Freida McFadden sees her standing on a second tarp. She pulls that second tarp.
Yeah.
Now it's the wife who's kind of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And
she just wanted to be rich and
yeah.
take the husband's money, but the husband wasn't going to give her money. So she was like, I need to get rid of him then.
So in this story, we follow her trying to get revenge on the wife who tried framing Millie for killing the husband.
Exactly.
And by
what
the way,
a twist.
And by the way, Enzo,
the gardener,
he
came back from Italy.
kind of ate.
Well, this third one, we're going to be talking about The Housemaid is Watching.
I wanted to say something before we start.
Okay.
This book hasn't come out yet. We're releasing this episode June 6th, and the book doesn't come out until June 11th.
Yes.
How much are we in liberty to say?
They didn't say anything, so I think we can say.
Fuck yeah. Dude. Okay, let me pull my notes.
Jess, I hope you've watched our channel before because we hella spoiled.
Imagine it's fucking June 6th. You and I are both at work and we get the email like, oh, by the way, no names of characters, no plot.
No spoilers. Just let us know how you feel.
If this was a movie, this would turn back to Jess sending the email fucking like, I forgot to say it. Oh my god.
I forgot to give them restrictions. Hold on.
So I
think we're at liberty to say things.
Dude, oh my god. Okay, so I was already in because I read these books back to back. And this one is called The Housemaid is Watching, and same covers. Little Millie eye right there. And it says she sees you when you're sleeping. Okay, hold on.
She knows when you're awake.
She knows your secrets. She lives next door. So
Dun dun dun.
Millie, our girl,
Millie.
you know, she's done a life of crime, and then.
But she's past that though.
Well, I do want to say, it took her like 4 or 5 tries. But you're right.
It's not her fault that crime just shows up on her doorstep. That's not fair for her.
If someone's asking for help,
what is she gonna do?
Go away? No, she's gonna fucking help. She's just a hero like that.
Yeah.
But it's 11 years in the future. And I was so excited. So, first of all, does this start with a prologue?
Yes, it does. I feel like they all start with a prologue. It's basically someone trying to clean up blood. There's fucking blood everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
All over their hands, all over the floor, all over the rug, and they're trying to clean it, but damn, this blood is a little stubborn. Yeah.
And it's funny because not even going in, we don't know who this is. I always assume it's Millie, but that's my one brain cell really
It's
being
not,
like,
I know it's not
it
Millie.
might be Millie.
Maybe
No,
in the next one it's Millie.
but to me, I'm just like, man, Millie can't get away from these situations. They're just always happening in her life. It's one in a Millie. Okay,
One in a Millie.
Sorry. Our girl Millie. It's 11 years in the future, and she's over here 3 months earlier
from
walking,
the bloody situation. 3 months earlier from the prologue, which is showing someone cleaning up blood.
She's walking into this house, and it's funny because it's described as like pulled off wallpapers. The wood is kind of like warped. There's like a bunch of like things that are broken, and she's walking around like, I love this room.
Kissing,
I love this room, and she's just like kissing all the parts, and it's like, this is perfect.
But I also really love the part where she's just like, oh my god, this space fits multiple furniture, not just one, like multiple furniture.
You've ever imagined a dining table? You even know what that shit is?
Do you know what a table is?
Fits people, not just me.
That's where people eat.
But I think it's cute because immediately the first dialogue is, Mom is kissing the house again, and I'm like, congratulations.
Millie, why didn't you tell me?
So this is a little boy whose name is Nico,
and he's 9.
He's 9. So I was like, okay, it's been 9 years. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Doesn't say the name of the husband yet. So I was like shaking. I'm like, please.
You were so scared. I knew it was
Nico an Italian name? Like, I'm not sure.
I knew it was Enzo. Come on.
So then there's that, and then she's like, oh, my little Nico. God, what a fucking idiot. He's so stupid. Of course I love my house. But they recently moved out of like their shoebox of an apartment because you know what? Now they're making enough money. She's a social worker and her husband works. They don't reveal the husband's name yet.
I literally said it.
No, don't. So then her second kid comes in. And Millie's thinking to herself, like, you know, Nico hasn't started unpacking, but I bet Ada, my 11-year-old, she's already done. And
I bet she's done. I bet she's already, like, put the furniture up, too.
Mother, I've read 3 pieces of literature already since I've been here. And unpacked.
Something that she makes it known pretty quickly on is that Nico and Ada are very different from each other, but also he's 9, she's 11. Yeah. And so when Ada comes downstairs, Millie's kind of like, hey, Ada, why don't you help Nico with you know, unpacking? Like, help him out a little bit, you know? Guide him. And apparently they're very close to each other, Ada and Nico.
And it's just such a beautiful family. So in the chapter 2, that's when it mentions Enzo's bringing the last boxes. And I'm like...
No, it mentions in the first chapter. It literally says Enzo right there. As Enzo and his friend bring the sofa into our beautiful new house.
I was well, to be fair, I didn't sleep. So I was over here fucking War is Over playing in my mind.
You know what's... Oh my God.
I fucking love Enzo.
You know what I loved was the fact that Millie always feels like someone's watching her. Like, literally, second book also. And in this one, it's like, damn, someone's watching you again.
And she's talking to her husband. She's like, oh, hey, babe.
She's just like...
Hey, wait, hey, babe. Hey, babe. There's like a mirror here. Hey, babe.
But she notices that one of her neighbors is kind of like standing by the window or by the door and just kind of like looking at her. And she's like, damn, she looks a little scary.
But it's okay because we're past that. She's got a little trauma, but it's fine.
That's fine.
So they moved to this one street that is pretty...
12 Locust Street.
It's pretty... well off. Like even their kids are gonna go to like a pretty good school district, and there's just gonna be so much positive change in their life. Enzo has his landscaping business that does really well, and then she's a social worker at the hospital, so it's just all going good. You know, they still struggle financially, but it's better than where they were.
Yeah, so they do mention that the house costs a lot, but not as much as you would think. And when, you know, they're living there, they kind of notice people say, yeah, nobody wanted to buy that house. Nobody wanted that house. And she was kind of just like, well, why didn't anyone want this fucking house?
I love this house. I've kissed every piece of furniture in here.
I know. So when the kids are going to school, she's like walking them to the bus stop. And that's when she meets one of her neighbors. And her neighbor brings up like, oh yeah, you know, oh no, she makes it known that, you know, everyone just kind of like rounds up here, the moms, to drop off their children. And fucking Millie tells her kids like, all right, when you guys come back, I won't be here, have to go to work, love you guys, bye. And then the neighbor's like, wait, what? Janice is like, you're not gonna see your kids come back? Like, that's pretty...
They don't have a mother.
That's pretty selfish of you because, you know, there's a child who used to live around here and he like disappeared.
Brandon.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he used to live around here. Well, you know, in the other neighborhood, but like still.
Yeah, actually around 3 towns over.
Yeah, but like still around. It's close enough. So it's just selfish mom.
And Millie's like, all right, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's one interaction she has. But then she also meets another neighbor whose name is Suzette, and she's a real estate agent. Obviously not for that house that they got. Yeah. And she's so fucking like thirsty. Backhand compliments.
Thirsty also. Oh
I
my
don't
God.
Blame her.
I shut the fuck up. I love
she like literally goes up to Millie and is like, hey, your place is cute, like really small.
Really small, really quaint.
Really tiny. Really
I love that you guys are so humble.
Grab it with my fingers.
I love that you guys are so humble.
And the fact that you're pregnant again.
I know when she said that. When she was like, oh, congratulations.
Bitch, that's just me. That's just my temple. Okay, so no. But it's funny because Suzette's over here like fucking roasting Millie, and then Enzo comes up and is like, Italian accent, hey babe, takes off his shirt and fucking does that thing from the movies where they like, you know, it has water in it and he like
and squirts it out,
and it's
yeah.
just like on his face. Hey babe, hey
Oh
babe,
my God,
how
yeah.
are you? And then Suzette's like, oh, you have a pretty hot gardener. It's like, that hot gardener
is my gardener.
my husband, actually. Kids, come over here. We made that shit. No fucking look at my husband, bitch. No, well, at first she's just kind of like, whatever. Everyone thinks my husband's hot.
I think she's like used to it.
Yeah.
She's just like, whatever.
I don't blame him. But it's funny because Enzo, he kind of eats that shit up. He's kind of like,
I feel like he loves that.
Tell me more. I fucking love though that the beginning Enzos, because there's so many iterations of Enzo in this story. In the very beginning, he kind of teases her about this. He's like, what do you think we're gonna do? You think I'm gonna run away with her? You're fucking Millie. You'll kill me.
I know. He's like, you'll find me.
I'm fucking terrified of you.
Yeah.
So no thank you. No, I actually prefer my life and my wife. And my wife.
and you, babe. Love you, babe.
Baby.
I don't think we voiced enough how pretentious Suzette comes off in the beginning. I just want to bring up the moment where she's just like, where they're talking and Millie mentions like, oh, you know, we hardly know anyone in Long Island. And Suzette's like, oh, Millie, nobody says in Long Island.
Yeah.
And she's just like, are we not in an island? They're like, no, you say on Long Island. Oh my
Even
God.
imagine Enzo's like, fucking
Millie, I told you. I fucking told you, Millie.
I told you in the car when I was going 500 miles an hour that it's on Long Island. Okay. But yeah, she is pretentious. Those are the two neighbors, like the two main neighbors that they meet.
And also we learned very quickly that Janice sees all. Janice, she sees everything. Like she's always looking outside the window and she's like, I can see a perfect view of all of your guys' houses.
How do you feel about the fact that Janice also has a third grade son? That's not what you call him. A third grade son. A grade A son. Yeah. But she has a son who's the same age as Nico. And she always has him like on a fucking leash.
That's weird.
I imagined it was like, was it like a dog collar or was it like the kid backpack leashes?
I assumed it was the backpack. No?
That's not. I don't prefer it.
But
well, honestly, everything Millie's been through, that's not going to really irk me.
I don't think it's weird. What I think is weird is that he's in third grade and he has a backpack and with a little leash on it.
And I too old for that? Yeah. I thought he was going to be more like his mom, where he's kind of like a germaphobe and like, oh no, I can't talk to you. But he's just a kid.
He's just a kid. So Nico is really good at making friends. So he's very friendly and talkative and whatever. And so he immediately latches on to Janice's son. What was his name? Janice's son.
Yeah.
And so
Spencer.
So he and Spencer kind of become friends, but Janice is really like, don't go off too far away.
But honestly, thinking in Janice's perspective, if I lived on that road and I heard that a kid went missing, dude, I'd fucking have my kid in a fanny pack. Like I wouldn't let my kid out of my sight either.
Maybe homeschool them.
Yeah, but Millie is more so like, I mean, I trust my kids.
Yeah.
And I trust my hot ass husband.
My hot ass husband.
A lot of trust going on here.
Who, by the way, very important to note, Suzette is like, she knows everybody in this fucking town. And so Suzette's like, oh, Enzo, you have a landscaping business?
Yeah, I do.
That is so great. That is so amazing because I know so many people who need landscaping. So can you like work on my house for free and then I'll like basically like boost your business?
You can give me some like private lessons. And he's just like, oh yeah, that's chill. You have a grill here? What's that, make burgers? It's just so fucking, I love Enzo. The fact that he's just like, no, that's chill. More work for me. Oh, but dude, I hated that fucking part because while she's saying that, the fact that Enzo wanted to look at his wife, Millie, and be like, is that okay with you? And Suzette's like, by the way, before you even say anything, I love that you're so trusting of your husband that you don't even have to ask each other petty things, like if your wife's okay with this.
No, that pissed me off. The fact that he didn't ask her.
Millie's like,
First of all, no.
fucking hold on. She gets like her fucking butter knife and stabs it through the fucking table.
She's like, don't fucking forget, bitch. Don't fucking forget.
How do you feel,
what I did last summer?
You're in that movie?
Oh, not that summer.
So here is fucking basically the world we're in currently. Millie is no longer living in the Bronx. They're living in the suburbs, and her neighbors are fucking freaks. Suzette is just wanting Enzo, but who can blame her?
Also, Suzette is married, by the way. She has a husband.
Oh my god, even I forgot. Jonathan? Joshua?
He had a boring ass name.
John,
I think, probably.
John. Yeah, he's just a boring ass man.
So yeah, no, he literally is. So it was so funny to me that moment when Millie would witness Suzette like constantly throwing herself at her husband Enzo. Yeah. She turned and looked at John and tried to flirt with him just to out of spite. Hey. And John was kind of just like, "Don't touch me. Don't ever touch me."
And he runs back home. He's like, "What was that?"
Yeah, so it definitely makes it seem like Jonathan is like scared of Suzette, or like just like nervous, fidgety kind of thing. Because he just kind of seems like doesn't have much of a personality. It's mostly just Suzette.
So this whole book, it's very, well, to me, it felt very slow in the way that like it's just Enzo slowly doing more things that start to irk Millie.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, babe, it's okay. Private lessons, I'm literally just gardening for her, and she's just there looking at my sweet ass bod. Like
the part that pissed me off though was when she got home and her kids weren't there, and she was like, "Where the fuck are my kids?" And then she thinks, "Oh, they must be with Enzo," but Enzo's truck is there. So she like goes next door and she's like looking for Enzo. Enzo sees her and she's like, "Where are the kids?" "What do you mean? I thought they were with you." Even though she just got home. And she's just like, "What do you fucking mean? Where are my children?"
The fact that you came here first to Suzette before checking if your kids were home.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. That irked me. And the fact that sometimes Enzo would be on phone calls with Suzette and he'd just be kind of smiling.
He'd be like giggling.
Yeah,
I hated the part too when Millie woke up in the middle of the fucking night, looks out the window, and why is her husband talking to Suzette in the middle of the night?
And super close to each other.
Yeah,
too.
like super close. So the book tries to make it seem like maybe something is going on between Suzette and
Did you ever sway?
Enzo. I didn't think so, because I thought that would be too stupid of him.
Not my boy.
I didn't think he could be that stupid.
Because, I mean, I believed him when he said he was scared of Millie. Because I'm scared of Millie.
I'm scared of Millie, too.
She's not even here right now. But
a
bitch could.
She could. I did hate that part where he took out $1,000 from her bank account. Girl, I was just thinking, like, if my husband
never did
that to me and didn't talk to me about it, I would lose my fucking mind.
If I lost 10 of my dollars, I'm a Millie. I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
I'm like, that's my lunch, guys.
Yeah. And the thing that I didn't like that Enzo started doing in this book is, like, you know, there's so many stresses happening in Millie's life, and she's over here like, should I have even moved? Because my fucking husband is flirting with Suzette, or Suzette's trying to take my husband. My kids, like, I don't have any time for them, and people are judging the way I mother. And now, like, I don't even know if he's telling the truth anymore, because I asked him about things. I asked him about the money. He said he had no idea. And then it turned out he did know what he was talking about. I asked him where he went, and he said he was by himself at 3 a.m, but he was at a motel. Like, it wasn't adding up. And I hated it because Enzo kept going like, babe, I'm not cheating on you.
Yeah. Do you really think that I would cheat on you?
Me? Enzo?
Yeah. But then I hated that moment where they all went to the beach. Oh my God. That fucking moment. So what happened was Suzette messaged Enzo or called him or something and was like, "Oh, we're gonna have a meeting with this family who wants your landscaping business, but we're gonna meet at the beach, okay?" Millie found out, or he told Millie, I don't
No,
remember.
it's because that was the one where he was smiling at his phone.
Yeah, and so she finds out that this is happening, and she's like, well, you're taking the kids. And he's like, that is so unprofessional, Millie.
Mm-hmm.
But they do end up all going, and then I hated the moment where they got there, and the fucking family wasn't even there. And Suzette was like, oh, they canceled. I'm sure they did, Susie. I'm sure they did.
And then there was that, like, while they were there, Jonathan, you know, the fucking
boring ass husband,
boring ass man, he looks so easy to draw type man. He was like, okay, well, I guess I put my SPF 3000. I'm gonna go ahead and go in the water. And then
oh wait, you forgot.
What?
Didn't Suzette put sunscreen on Enzo?
Yeah, for like a very long time.
Girl, I would have lost my mind. Millie was way too chill. I would have been like, get your fucking paws off my man.
Fucking, she would go feral.
Maybe
My Millie, she would go feral.
I don't know why she did it.
She was so calm for the kids. And it's kind of funny to me. We didn't mention this. But I think Enzo is the fun parent. Right? Millie is seen more as like she doesn't do much.
Yeah.
Mom just yells at us.
Yeah.
I think that's hilarious. Because here's Millie going like, I'm going to fucking kill a bitch. I'm going to kill a bitch if she tries.
Yeah.
And everyone gets SPF 200 except for her. She just uses her normal one because it's not given to her. Mm-hmm. And Jonathan's over here like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna go for a little swim I imagine him just like, okay guys, I'm gonna swim. And Suzette's like, you sit back down and take care of my chair. Oh no, yeah, I didn't even want to swim anyway. It's fine, babe. Anyway. Thank you, babe.
Thank you for allowing me to sit on this chair. So nice. Last time you wanted me to sit on the sand, and I got a lot of sand everywhere.
Remember last time we came and I asked if you wanted to play volleyball, but you told me to count all the grains of sand. and then when I was almost done, you kicked it. Yeah, that was really fun, babe.
Wait, no, he did give Millie the SPF 2000, remember?
After.
Yeah.
After. It wasn't Suzette that had...
No, yeah, she didn't. It was Jonathan.
But how did you feel? It's so dramatic. At the beach, you hear this loud scream. It's like... And it's like, oh my God, is it my kids? You see fucking Enzo. By the way, you didn't talk about this. He's 13 feet tall. Enzo has a 47 pack.
Yeah.
And
he's just a man.
37 feet tall. And he's over here like running in the water. I'll just pick him up with my pinky. Picks up bridal style
Suzette.
Carries Suzette.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, Suzette, breathe. I
would lose my fucking mind.
And she's over here like because he's hovering over her and she's like holding both of his arms, I think. And it's like, you're my hero. That was the most heroic thing any man's ever done for me.
But why?
He's like, oh my God.
But why the fuck did he have to carry her to her car?
Oh yeah.
The bitch can't walk. Why am I mad for Millie?
Dude, I was too though. Jonathan's over here. Thank you for carrying my wife.
So
she made me carry every piece of sand. I had to do one at a time. I had to put the whole thing in my car. Can you imagine that? He's just super soft spoken.
And it just kept slipping out. You know, it was really bad. Anyway, so then we find out that Suzette is explaining that something just like pulled her into the fucking water.
Yeah.
But at this time, Millie's son, Nico, has kind of like shifted in personality.
So let's talk about this first. So Millie, she is a social worker.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to sit up for this because I fucking love Nico. So she works in the hospital, so it's mostly elderly patients that she works with.
Mm-hmm.
But she's super knowledgeable in like types of behaviors in people. And she's noticing with her son, someone who's always been so carefree, like is so sociable, so likable, all of a sudden is like shutting down. Like he no longer jokes around as much as he used to, and he's getting in fights, physical fights at school, and he doesn't even care about consequence.
Yeah, because there was a moment where they told him, like, you know what, Nico, give me your phone, no phone for the night. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna do this anymore, you're not gonna do that. And he was kind of just like, okay, is that it? Like, is that it?
And it all started after he accidentally broke Suzette's window. with his baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because Millie, although she was angrier at the fact that Enzo said he was going to be there and play with him, but he was over at Suzette's. And it's like, well, you're mad at our son for doing that? You should have been there.
Yeah. He was supposed to be there because he was supposed to play softball with their son Nico, but he just got so caught up with work, the free landscaping that he was doing for Suzette.
So then Nico, he started working for the family for free, like chores, in order to make up for the broken window. And then after that, he just became really
angry, really upset.
And they said that they were going to stop taking Nico in because he was apparently breaking dishes.
Jonathan told Millie, hey, you know what? We don't need Nico around anymore because he's like breaking dishes, and honestly, it's causing more trouble than anything.
Yeah, and then like Suzette makes me glue them all together with Elmer's glue. It's really hard. So we just can't. And so then Nico becomes so like jaded, and it's so sad because he's just a little kid. And it's hard to see too that he doesn't talk to any family members anymore. And he was really close to his sister, but they seem very, very distant from each other. So you're right, Nico is very quiet. So after the whole Suzette thing happens, Enzo and Millie are sitting together, and Millie's like, I mean, I don't want to take from your heroicness today, Mr. 37 pack. But isn't it kind of weird that happened? Like, there was no seaweed there. And our son has been really off. His animal died, and he flushed it down the toilet.
Oh, yeah. So Millie ended up Googling, right? Like, I don't know, just like, is my son a psychopath or something like that? And in the forums, there was actually a lot of mothers who were wondering about their children. And one of the I guess, red flags was being so apathetic with death. And so Nico had a pet cricket. Yeah. Who he like really loved in the beginning.
Pet praying mantis.
Yeah, who he really cared for in the beginning. And then it died somehow. And then he just flushed it down the toilet. And Millie was just shocked because she didn't even know that it died. And then he didn't even seem sad about it. And she started questioning, like, wait, what if he killed the praying mantis?
Yeah. And what if he was the one that pulled Suzette? And then she tells Enzo, I think he needs to start going to therapy. And Enzo's like, no. No son of mine needs to go to that. We got this. Like, we can handle this.
Yeah. Even though the bitch isn't even around.
Yeah. Dude, I was so mad at Enzo, but my God, I love that man. No. But I was mad at him because...
No, I was mad.
I think what started upsetting me was when he would leave when she was asleep.
Yeah, that's one of them. He was also an absent dad, but yeah.
Well, for this part of their lives, I don't know.
I think she's too forgiving. I don't think I would be that forgiving. I would be like
Enzo. Yeah, for 47-foot Enzo.
Girl, for anybody
with a 3002.
Millie was going through a lot though because she was going through health issues. Remember, her blood pressure was really high, and her doctor was like, "We really need to monitor that because." And there's so many things that could go wrong with your health if you don't lower your blood pressure.
And it sucked because she's over here trying to believe her husband's not cheating on her. And anytime they're trying to have a serious talk about this, Enzo keeps going like, but how's your blood pressure? And she's like, fuck the blood pressure. Like, you're just trying to get out of a situation where you have to talk about something that's real with me.
Yeah, and then she would lie and say it's fine. Like if she just checked it, but she didn't.
So everything goes down. Well, first I should say, they had a housekeeper, right? Martha, who lasted like 2 seconds in their house because she was stealing stuff from Millie's family, like money and jewelry. And that was Suzette's housekeeper. And she was over here like, what the fuck? Like, we just let people like this like in our house that are stealing. And Enzo's like, it's not that bad. It's like, yes, it is that bad. They're stealing our stuff. We don't even have enough money.
And then I thought it was so sad when she first accused Martha of something. I forgot
breaking a vase.
Oh yeah, breaking a vase. And she was just like, Martha did it. Like, it was Martha, of course it was. But then like quickly we find out it was actually Nico who accidentally did it. And he was like, oh, well, you told me never to pick up glass, so that's why I didn't clean it up.
Yeah. Remember? How did you feel about the secret staircase room that they had?
I didn't really understand where it was going. And then I was more so confused because that time, I don't even think I finished my thought. I think we derailed. But that time when Millie was upset that Enzo wasn't around and they were like, where the fuck are the children, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, I thought they were with you. That moment. So they were like running around the house, like searching for them. And then they found a little opening. So it was like under the staircase. There was like a little hidden room. And then they open it. The kids come out and they're like, oh, we'll never play in here again. Sorry. And then Ada was crying.
And Millie kept repeating too, like, we were talking to you guys. Like, we were calling. Why didn't you guys come? And Enzo kind of peeks in and is like, oh, it has such a thick piece of, like, I don't remember what it is, insulation that they can't hear from in there. So, and then you're right, Ada's crying. And she cries very often, but she seems very upset. And that's kind of the end of that. So when things start to turn is when Millie... She just, I don't remember why she goes, but she's like, I need to go confront.
Probably to find her husband.
Yeah, fucking, I know Enzo's with Suzette, so I'm going to go look. And so she goes over and it's in the front yard, right? Or is the door open?
The door's open. So she walks inside and I think it's in the living room area or somewhere in the house. She finds John's dead ass body.
Yeah.
Blood everywhere.
And so
she's like, God fucking damn it.
I'm going to go walk through this house and find my husband at someone else's. It's funny. She doesn't even care that he's like been unalived. It's like, where the fuck is my... Really? That's a little dramatic, Jonathan.
On a fucking Tuesday, Jonathan, really?
We weren't even done counting the fucking grains of sand. So
she's calling, I think, for her husband. I think she was calling her husband's name for a while now. And then finally she sees Enzo walking into the kitchen, washing his hands. And she's just like... No fucking way.
He has blood. And then he's like, oh, babe, what are you doing here? It's like, fucking John, look over there. John is fucking murdered. And you're over here fucking talking about who knows what with Suzette with the blood on your hands. And then he like puts it all together. It's like, babe, I did not do that. And it's funny because Suzette's right there. So it's like, weird that you have to say that to your wife, but okay. Oh, my husband. Oh no.
Oh no, my husband.
Oh, we'll never know how much sand was on that beach.
It's a mystery.
Oh well, Enzo. I guess.
Oh well, Enzo.
We'll never know. You want more SPF 2000? But first of all, Suzette is unfazed. And then Enzo had blood on his hands. And he kept saying like, oh, it's from a cut. But after he had washed his hands, there was no cut.
Yeah.
So it's like,
what the fuck is going on here? And
so then he's like, I'm going to go dispose of the shirt that had blood on it. Everyone like go home.
Trying to get rid of the evidence.
Really suspicious. And so then Millie goes home to basically warn the kids that the police are coming. And she pulls both of them and goes like, just to let you know, Jonathan died today. And it's funny because like the fuck is who's Jonathan? Mr. Counting all the sand. Suzette's husband. It's weird because I think Ada cries a lot. And then Nico doesn't cry, but he doesn't look. Like he like has his head down. So both of them react in a very strange way. And Millie's like, okay, this is hard on them. I understand that.
Yeah, well, she's thinking, oh, well, Nico has been around him a lot because he used to do the house chores and whatever. And
Ada just always cries.
Yeah.
But Enzo comes back and is like, we're all good. Like, we're fine. This family is strong. All four of us together, hands in.
United
squad.
forever.
Enzo squad. Woo! It's like...
that was very short-lived.
Yeah, because they get a little visit
from the police, right?
From the police first, Benito Ramirez, which he was in the second book. It's an NYPD officer that really likes Millie, and then they're told,
I think he was the police officer that didn't believe her, right?
Yeah,
and then he was like, "Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have been prejudiced towards you just because you have a criminal record. That's not like me." And so now he's really helpful towards her.
So he basically comes in and is like, hey, this is not a friendly visit. Enzo, you ain't looking so good. So just to let you know, They think, I think that this is where he like says everything. It's like, oh no, it's like, you're gonna have a police officer come over here right now and ask to take you to the police office to question you, and they're gonna be very, very hard on you because you are the prime suspect. And it's funny because Millie, to me, Millie just seems like she's always fucking on edge with him, and it's like, Enzo, weird, huh? Maybe don't spend so much time with their fucking wife. Maybe that's it. And it's like, no, babe, it's fine. They don't have anything on me. I didn't do anything.
And I think at this point she was kind of feeling like, oh, did he cheat on me?
It isn't until they go, because they go. Yes, she was feeling like that. But they go for questioning.
But I remember him being like, you believe me, right? And she's like, yeah. But then she was like, and I liked him.
But then when they go to questioning, she figures out that the $1,000 he said he took out for lawn care, he bought a gun. And then that same night when he wasn't home and came really, really late at night, he had gotten a motel for 4 nights with Suzette. And then there was like other instances, like Janice has seen both of them in private in the home when Jonathan wasn't there. And it's funny because fucking Millie, Enzo's just looking straight ahead, and she's like, you don't say. Weird, because I've kind of been telling him this since day one. Weird. I don't know.
And didn't they have like a lot of like calls also? Like there was like calls, there was like something else,
yeah. And then the police officer's like, okay, take 5. That's a lot, and leaves. And Enzo's like, I did not cheat on you. I did not. Me? No, I love you.
I'm shocked Millie didn't see red and just like go feral on him.
Dude, she almost fucking did. So she's done, because she's like, you're lying to me. You have to be. Like, there's no way you didn't kill this man. You did. There's so much in your life I don't know about, because she had even figured out that he was a mobster around this time. And she was like, I don't know you. Like, you
in the past.
Yeah. It's like, you omit important parts of your life that I should know about. And he's like, yeah, but that was me in the past, babe. This ain't
a month ago
now. And it's like, no, that's not how this works. So then he gets a lawyer, and who's his lawyer?
Cece Winchester. Well, actually, is it still Winchester?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's still Winchester, I think. But Cecilia, which is the little girl from book 1, who's now a lawyer.
That's crazy. I was like, oh my God, Cece!
I thought it was so funny.
Where you been, loca?
I thought it's so funny because the first thing that Millie thinks is like, that's Cece, and she's 27. God damn, I'm old.
Yeah.
Fuck. So Cece basically says, like, you need to tell me the truth. Like, if I'm going to help you, Enzo, because I want to help you, I respect you. You had sex with my mom once.
You could have been my stepdad.
You could have been my stepdad. I called you dad once. It didn't really work. You need to tell me the truth. And he's like, I have been telling the truth. I didn't do anything. I love my beautiful wife. I love my beautiful life. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. And I don't remember how it goes on. I think Cece calls Millie and goes like, hey, there's evidence. There's like really, really bad evidence that's about to come up, and your husband's not going to tell you. So I just wanted to warn you beforehand that things are going to get fucking crazy. But if this is real, like, he needs to tell us the truth. And so then a police officer or someone comes by and basically tells Enzo that they found the murder weapon, and it's his dad's pocket knife that Enzo had gotten as a gift.
Yeah. Because on the pocket knife is even engraved with the initials. It's
so funny because it lasted 1 chapter, like the shock before the next chapter. But for that 1 chapter, when I was reading, I was like, I never trusted him for a second. I fucking knew he was a bitch.
Oh my God. No, I still had a feeling. I was like, it's not him.
I was so out. I was like,
it can't be him because he's an idiot if it is him.
And he loves Millie. But to me, I was like,
does
no.
He?
Yes. Oh my God. But I was like, there's no way. There's no way I'm trusting this man ever again. And so he gets arrested, and he tells Millie, like, take the kids upstairs. I don't want them to see this. He's like, kids, Dad's getting arrested. Like, tells them, Dad's getting arrested. Go upstairs. He committed a crime. go. But they both
She's like, what did I tell you guys? We did a protocol. What do we do when one of us is arrested? Exactly. We say nothing.
We say thank you. Okay. It's not a crime if it's Suzette. Okay.
Okay, Mom. But somehow it wasn't Suzette. What the fuck?
Okay, so the kids go upstairs and Enzo turns around and he's like, I'm not lying. Or no. He goes, I just want you to know I did do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I lied to you.
He basically confesses to the murder.
I killed Jonathan, cold blood, hated that bitch ever since.
Fucking do it again.
He wanted me to count the grains with him and I was like, fuck you, bitch. And I got angry. I was on number 6,000 and he sneezed. That fucking bitch. So I stabbed him. Stabbed him hard. Babe.
You know what? Let's pause for a second.
Yeah.
You know what confused me about this whole thing was I was thinking, what is the relevance of him buying a gun if the man had a slit throat? What is the relevance of a gun?
So what they didn't tell you about that gun, it was actually a 1800s musket.
Yeah.
So a Minuteman musket. So it had a knife on it. That's what he killed him with.
But then what is the importance of the pocket knife? Yeah.
I'm seeing a few inconsistencies
That's
here.
what I thought.
But me, who doesn't trust Enzo right now, I'm like, fuck this bitch. He really fucking killed Jonathan. The sweetest man. Me, like, no brains. I was like, the sweetest man in the whole fucking
in this
book.
whole book, he had no personality. Flat as fucking paper.
What kind of fucking name is Jonathan? Okay, but I don't know what his name was. It could honestly be Joshua. And
no, it's John.
Oh, okay. I trust you. So Enzo,
it's like Sean. It's like close enough.
His name's Derek. I would like it if the author just changed his name every page.
That would make no sense.
And we would never know because it's like whatever the fuck his name was. Suzette's husband.
Suzette's man, but is he really
Enzo,
her man?
Enzo confesses and is taken away. And Suzette, I think, is like, I fucking told you so. It was your fucking husband. And there's like a moment where Suzette tells Millie, like, yeah, you should have seen your husband. He was obsessed with me.
Yeah, like all he ever wanted to do was be around me.
You saw at the beach, he like couldn't get his hands off me.
And I told him to stop.
I told him to stop.
Stop. Leave me alone.
Yeah, he's so fucking hot. I mean, ew, gross. Disgusting ass, big ass, tall ass man. But she goes up to the kids and is like, okay, you can come out of your rooms. Sorry, mommy had a little freak out there, but yeah, your dad did, I don't know how to tell you kids lightly, fucking killed a man in cold blood. So,
oh my God.
So I just wanted you guys to know, I wanted to be honest with you. And then Ada's crying and it's like, Ada, what did I tell you about being a punk ass bitch?
Don't fucking embarrass me, Ada. Come on.
It's like, Mom.
Get it together.
Mom, I have a confession to make. And as soon as the next chapter started with like Ada's point of view and then it's like how to get rid of a creepy old man, I was like, no fucking way. No fucking. I thought it was fucking Nico.
I thought it was
here.
I thought it was Nico too. I was like, it's gotta be Nico.
So then I was confused, like, why is Nico acting weird then? And it's funny because I flipped that page and I was like, I knew Enzo didn't do it. I knew it.
So you flipped again.
I never doubted him. So me as a full-on Enzo stan, I'm like, fuck this kid.
And Enzo had Ada?
Yeah, fuck Ada. No, it really sucked because I was like, ew. Jonathan was a nothing character and now he's going to be something fucking gross.
Now he's going to be the creepy guy.
So basically.
I was scared.
Me too.
I read that.
I didn't want to see what was about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if.
So basically what ended up happening was Nico confessed to Ada. That moment when they were in the little secret room, he confessed to Ada that ever since he's been going over to Suzette's and Jonathan's house to help clean, Jonathan's been locking him in the little like secret room pretty much.
Yeah.
But he tells Ada, I'm telling you this, don't tell anybody. If you tell anybody, we're done, basically. And
wasn't there a moment where when Nico was locked in this little room, he was like, okay, I'm done. Because there was cameras in there. So so Jonathan would watch him. But he was like, okay, I'm done. I have to go pee. And they weren't opening the door for him.
Yeah.
And he kept knocking to have to go. And he ended up just peeing on himself. And Jonathan had opened the door and made fun of him. And was like, basically telling him, like, I'm going to tell all your friends you peed yourself.
Yeah. Fucking bitch.
Jonathan was being gross with Nico, and the first one to realize it was Ada. And when Nico finally confided in Ada and told her, he was like, he basically told me that he was going to kill our entire family if I told anyone about this. Mm-hmm. And he was going to start with dad and then move on to mom and then move on to you and then to me. And I didn't want that to happen. So I've just been going to his house every day and playing with the toys because he tells me to. Mm-hmm. And
so even when we thought that he wasn't going over anymore to play with whatever, or just to be in that house, he was still going over. Mm-hmm. There was a moment where we thought he went to play with Spencer, which is Janice's son, but then Janice is like, he hasn't been over in a very long time. So Millie's just like confused, like, what the fuck, where has he been going then?
I also want to mention, so all of that's going on, but it also shows a little bit on how Ada's school life is going. And men, or boys I should say, treat her so horribly.
Yeah.
And it kind of is parallel I guess to everything Millie went through as well. So it really sucks because Ada's over here like, what do I fucking do? And there's a moment where a boy asks her out and she says no, and he's like holding onto her wrist, and her dad fucking comes in and is like, I'm gonna fuck you up, this little kid.
Yeah.
Don't think I won't. And when he leaves, he gives her advice and is like, you need to protect yourself, and that's okay. Here's my pocket knife.
Oh my, how did you feel about that?
I can't. But he was raised in like a very mobster life. So I can understand why he would think that, but also like, you've been in America for a while now.
Yeah.
That's not a way that children solve their problems. But it was kind of funny to me that when Ada got this, she was like, wow, dad is so cool and protective, and mom's just boring as fuck.
Yeah, mom's just there.
And it's funny because sometimes she'll have thoughts like, why did I apologize? God, I sound just like mom. It's like, damn, you really don't respect your mother.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say?
So she has this pocket knife.
She has this pocket knife and gets this feeling of, dad told me that if something is going on, I need to protect myself. And right now my brother is going through this with this creepy man, and I need to go confront him and tell him to stop, or else something's going to happen. And so she goes over to the house and finds the little room and notices that there's a cot in there with dried blood. And she connects the dots of, there was that story that kids were talking about, of a little kid named Brandon that went missing. Maybe that has something to do with this. And Jonathan sees her and is like, oh, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. And then he says, like, I know Nico can keep good secrets, but you don't seem like someone who can. I don't know if he was planning to kill her.
I think he was.
Right?
Or like lock her in there or something.
But she fucking slices at his stomach, I think, and runs for it. And he has the pocket knife with a lot of blood. And she goes home, and she washes it, right? And she throws away her clothes, or no, she puts away her clothes that has blood on it. And she's just like, oh my God, I did that. And comes home, and Nico's like, are you okay? And it's like, I think I just killed Jonathan Lowell, like the guy from next door. And she's like, oh my God, mom and dad are gonna get you in so much trouble. That's like so bad.
that's the real concern, honestly.
So then that's where it kind of gets to like, dad gets arrested, and then she tells mom, and that's where they're at in the present. And it's so funny because Millie, the level-headed mom, is like, if that bitch wasn't dead, I'd fucking kill him. You know what? I might fucking die just so I can fucking kill him in the afterlife. Like, that's how fucking bad I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet Suzette knows something. That bitch. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill her too. And then it's piecing together, like, he wasn't cheating on me. He was
protecting Ada.
And he knew, and he took the fall. My beautiful husband.
My beautiful husband who never fucking cheated on me and would never fucking cheat on me.
Would never.
Especially on Suzette. With Suzette.
Also, he wouldn't dare. Okay, so thinking that his wife hasn't figured it out yet, his one phone call in like prison, he's like,
I know.
Millie,
Millie, I can explain.
It's like, hey babe, oh my God, thank God, you know, yeah, I I couldn't let them do this to Ada. Like, Ada's too young. It was self-defense. And then she's like, yeah, exactly. Just come clean because you didn't do anything. She was doing it out of self-defense. And it's like, no, I don't want her to, like, go through that. You know, she did nothing wrong. So then Millie takes it upon herself. She's like, I'm going to go find that fucking bitch Suzette and fucking see what she has to say. See what words she has to say. I know you didn't cheat on me with her, but I'm still fucking mad at you. Hangs up. She didn't do that. She loves her husband, her very loyal husband. Mm-hmm. But she does go to talk to Suzette, and she basically tells Suzette, like, you knew what a disgusting man your husband was, and you let me send my son over there.
Oh, that part. I was like, she's right. This bitch knew this whole time.
And then Suzette tried justifying it like, well, I never had kids, though. So, like, I saved a lot of kids if you think about it like that.
No, you didn't.
So it's like, how can I right my wrong? And I think I don't remember how it's said, but it's like, here's the situation that's going on. What you can do is admit that you killed your husband.
Well, the reason that they get into that idea is because she was working with that one police officer who's her friend.
Benito.
Yeah. So Benito was actually the one who was like talking to Suzette and was like, here's how you're going to help us out. You're just going to take the fall. Because if you don't, then you're still going to get in trouble for being an accomplice to all of the situation anyway.
Yep.
And it's going to be worse for you because if you kill him, you're doing it like in almost like a self-defense kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
But if they find out that you were involved with all of these crimes, then it's going to be worse for you.
Yes. So then we're taken to the perspective of Marta. And
well, we had already found out a little bit about Martha at that point. So Enzo had explained to Millie that the reason that he got that hotel and that gun is because he found out that Martha was being abused by her husband. Mm-hmm. And so that's why he didn't want to tell Millie about it. And that was like the last thing we heard about Martha. We didn't know anything else. That was it. She just escaped and that was it.
Yep. But when we go back to her, she basically is like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. So she's thinking back to when she got caught stealing from Millie's place. And she knew who Millie was, by the way. So she was like, oh, this is the magical house cleaner that kills people for free. So like, she was like, I'm going to have Millie help me. But then she steals because, you know, she needed money. Mm-hmm. Gets caught, is fired, and then when she goes over to Jonathan's house, she gets in trouble for being like stealing. Mm-hmm. And I forget the situation, but I think by this point Ada had already stabbed.
So when Ada stabbed Jonathan and she like ran away, Martha walked in. I forgot I think she needed her last paycheck or like something like that. And that's when she saw the small room, and then Jonathan saw her and was like, oh shit, she's gonna tell people what she saw. Mm-hmm. So he started threatening her, and Martha was like, yeah, you know what, fuck this guy, and she
slit his throat.
Yeah.
Which that means technically that Ada has not killed anyone yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
She's still a punk ass bitch.
Yeah.
And you know what though, like this story ends in Marta's point of view with it being like, housemaids always keep their secrets.
It's very like Pretty Little Liars.
Can you keep it? Remember when she never had it in the middle? I always saw edits where people would be like over here.
The new Pretty Little Liars cast were making fun of her, and they were like, like the next. Don't do this.
That's so funny.
If I was Lucy Hale, I would be so sad
to be made fun of for that.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't think she cares.
That's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
But this story ends with, you know what? Family is strong and can overcome anything. And you know what? My husband would never cheat on me because he knows what a gem he has.
Because he knows I'll fuck him up.
And guess what? There's 5 million particles of sand on that beach. Thank you.
But also, something to note, Millie always made a point that her children look a lot look a lot like Enzo.
Oh yeah.
But then this story ends. No, this story ends with Ada being like, just being frustrated with how men are, because there's like this creepy ass little boy who's like
Hunter.
Yeah, who's trying to like, overstep some boundaries. And she's just like, you know what? If you don't leave me the fuck alone, I'm gonna castrate you, you bitch. And he's just like, castrate me?
Where'd I learn that word?
Reading, bitch. And so she looks in the mirror and she's just like, I look just like my mother.
I never noticed until this very moment. I look just like her. How funny.
Mm-hmm. The end.
All the things you said, running through my head. Dude.
How did you feel about the book?
How do I feel? Wait, how do I feel about Enzo? I
said the book.
I fucking I love that whole nuclear family type shit.
Yeah.
Millie, she's over here being a boss. By the way, hold on. Round of applause for Millie. She didn't kill anyone in this one.
She didn't know. Did she kill anyone in the second one?
Yeah. Well, no.
Who? She didn't kill anyone.
Oh my 2 for 2. Oh my God, Millie.
Millie didn't kill anyone.
She's been doing pretty well for herself.
Yeah, she turned a new leaf.
No, but
she was
the
serious
second
about
one,
that.
The second one, she kind of pushed someone to kill someone. But in this one,
oh, but no. But she would have. She would have
but
killed.
She didn't. Though.
She would have killed Jonathan if he was still alive.
Or Enzo, because she was close. She was close to fucking ending it with that bitch.
Uh-huh.
But I really like that Millie really turned a new leaf in this one. Nico, that poor boy.
The next book is really just gonna be a wholesome, like, just family.
Oh, yeah, it's just gonna be their Disneyland trip.
Just them going camping and shit. Just totally chill vibes.
I love that. Ada, I mean, it runs in the family. I hate that.
I actually hate that.
I hope that this just becomes a whole family of crime fighters. And I just want them to end bitches out there.
Okay.
Fuck these bitches.
I can see that happening.
I can't.
I can
Did you see the end of the book though? It said that this was the end of Millie and Enzo's story.
Which means Ada's next.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they're gonna.
You don't think so? I feel like this is like a tease.
There's so many housemaids they're gonna talk about then.
I don't think she's gonna be a housemaid. Aren't they like doing all right?
You're right. I don't know.
You're like frozen.
Sorry, I just think. Well, the only one I want to talk about is Enzo, but you obviously don't care enough about him.
I don't know why you love Enzo so much.
I just like that he loves his wife.
Does he?
Yeah. Why do you think he doesn't?
Because he's a liar.
Why
the fuck was he carrying what's her face Suzette so much in that one little?
You know, no sigue. He likes being called a hero, and he's like, wait.
But that doesn't make it okay. That doesn't make it okay. You know, like what the fuck?
But I kind of like him.
I don't think he's that great though.
Oh, okay.
I like him, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Dude.
If I were treated like that, I would fucking hate that shit.
No, yeah, me too. I would have millied out by chapter 1. I would have millied out. Oh, sorry. Put it right here. Thank you. However, Enzo loves his wife.
Enzo loves Ada.
Enzo loves his kids. Enzo loves his
no,
both kids.
No,
yes,
he does not.
Equally.
No, he does not.
You don't think he loves Nico?
Nico, how many times was he?
Loud bitch.
How many times did he ignore Nico?
No, they would be in the car together, and Nico would take all of Dad's attention. If you remember specifically in chapter 47. So I just think you're not really appreciating Enzo for who he is, which is a great dad. Except not throughout this entire story, but I
believe he was a good dad before the book.
But not during. I always knew.
Not during the book.
I always knew.
Maybe after the book.
After, yeah.
Maybe after.
I don't remember the Coho quote.
That's probably for the best.
I really like Nico as a character. I thought he was a really sweet kid, and I think it's kind of funny that it ended up being Ada who was more like the mom, because it seemed like it was Nico, but now it's gonna be this sweet kid like. Wait, my sister does bad things, but mom said it's okay because, sometimes you do bad things for good reasons, so I guess my sister's cool. I don't know.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't think Nico would ever.
No, but he did punch that one kid, so I'm not sure.
You punch a kid once. Who hasn't? No, I'm just kidding.
What?
As a child. I was like, wait, I paused really quick.
Is this your confession?
No, I would never. Enzo.
Why are you back on Enzo?
No, Enzo to me, just like, he reminds me to be strong and to be true to my family.
We were talking about Nico.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, Nico has a really good role model.
Oh my God.
I really like them as a family unit, though. The four of them.
Yeah, I'm really glad that Millie has a family. I think
wish
this
they
is really
moved.
Oh, yeah. Did they?
No, they ended up going to Disneyland, but they're still gonna come back to fucking Janice, the metiche.
There's always a metiche, though.
Oh my God.
There's got to be one. But
I can't.
I am happy that Millie got a family.
So, what is the rating, the score, the review? Because this book hasn't come out yet, and we just spoiled the fuck out of it. It kind of feels wrong.
I feel like we shouldn't have done that. Did we say too much? Should we like bleep out this episode?
I know. Bleep everything. Bleep. Enzo. Bleep. Enzo. Counting the grains of sand. It's just.
I feel like maybe we should.
That's kind of interesting. I'm in it.
That's kind of interesting, but I kind of don't want to do that.
Too much work. What if we just have a low beep in the back of the entire episode? Actually, never mind. I would rather die.
I would rather die too. That sounds horrible.
What do you give this?
Before I go on, because I feel like all of the Enzo stands, mainly you, are coming for me.
Yeah.
I feel like I get why she made Enzo the way she did, though, because he had to have seemed untrustworthy. But I can't stand the fact that he was over there so fucking much. Also, he wasn't even getting paid for that.
No, he wasn't.
It was just out of love.
No, it wasn't out of love.
I mean, out of
hate.
Out of hate. Desperation.
Yeah, he really just wanted money for his family.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you rate the book?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. 5 out of Enzos.
Oh, thank you.
5 Enzos out of 5 Enzos.
Yeah. You took it right out of my mouth. I thought this book was so good, and I'm so happy that we got the opportunity to read it early. I feel like we're somewhere where we shouldn't be. We're like in that, like if we were in an arcade and they put the tape like, don't go across this line, we crossed, and we're playing pinball over there.
Yeah, no,
that's where we're at.
I feel like
it's like when I watched Trolls a month early.
Oh yeah, because you got the early release or something like that.
Early access tickets. Yeah,
that's crazy.
This is me.
This feels wrong.
It does.
But
that's all right.
It is a really good book. So I would also give it a high rating. I don't think I would give it a 5 though. I think I'd give it like a 4.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's just because of my undying love for all characters equally in this book, except for fucking Jonathan. But
Suzette.
Oh yeah, Suzette was trash too. Actually, just the nuclear family, just the 4.
Yeah.
We're fine with me. Everyone else.
Everyone else, forget about them.
I'm so happy to have read this, though. Why don't we read reviews while I do our end of the episode things? Thank you so much for everyone who's listening to us on anywhere you listen to podcasts on, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on. Thank you so much. If you can please leave a rating of 5 stars. And recommend us our next read. We have been on a Freida McFadden like fucking roll.
A fad. What did you call it?
A Freida McFad. Freida McBad.
What is
Freida McBaddies.
What is Millie's favorite ice cream?
Millie's favorite ice cream is vanilla. Thank you.
Cheli told me that joke during our little intermission.
Thank you. I will be here all week. But I do want other recommendations that are. I really like thrillers. I didn't ever see myself as someone who would seek out thrillers, but I'm here for it.
Okay,
I'm here for it. But it has to have someone.
Don't even say that though. Don't even say that, because as soon as we say that, you're gonna be like, I want to read some romance.
Oh my! It's because you and I, we get stuck in reading the same genre. I just say that because of the Halloween of 23.
Yeah.
We read
the darkest times.
That was the dark times. That was so scary.
I was so scared, you guys. Like, for real, I had to open for work. I was alone in a building, and I swear to God, it's an old building, so there was so many creaking. And I was like, Cheli, Help.
And I lived alone at that time.
Oh, you did live alone.
So all of my lights were on.
At all times.
My electricity bill was crazy.
Yeah.
But I was safe.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's what mattered most.
Wait, I cut you off though. You were gonna say you like thrillers what kind of thrillers do you like?
I like thrillers that keep me guessing, because sometimes some are really obvious, but the good thing is I only have one working brain cell when I read, so anything can surprise me, even the author's name in the title.
Be like, whoa, I did not see that coming.
If people want to support us and they have extra money, what can they do?
So we do have a Patreon. At the moment, there's not a whole lot on there, but if you really want to show your support, show that you support us and enjoy our reviews, you can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want the commitment of monthly, you can find us on Coffee, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix, or buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to support us on social media, we do have a Goodreads, Threads, and Instagram at the Bookfix Pod, THEBOOKFIXPOD, and a TikTok at the Bookfix, THEBOOKFIX. Why don't we read some ratings for this book? I will read a positive.
Some of these aren't rated yet, though.
Should we not? Because it's not out yet.
No, let's do it.
Okay. This is written by Nilfer, who gave it a 5 out of 5, and they wrote, "Oh my goodness, quick confession. I didn't expect to love the third book so much, but it exceeded all of my expectations. It's far better than the second book. I couldn't put it down. I even canceled my appointment with my accountant, even though I have taxes to do. Who cares about taxes when there's such an amazing book to read? Girl, that's me. Okay, it's wrong to say something like that as a law-abiding, mature citizen, but come on, this book is incredibly good. I found myself wanting to stop time just to peacefully read my advance copy."
Okay, this one comes from Penny. They rated it 1 out of 5, and they said, "This book has all the characteristics of a book written using AI. The characters are one-dimensional. Dialogue is robotic and predictable. Storyline is very predictable and boring. The advertising for the book is sensationalized. The public will not be fooled. We see this type of writing on television. Tracker, Elsbeth, etc. It's sickening."
Thank you so much, everyone who is listening and watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
How do you feel?
I love Enzo.
Yeah, I know. Do you notice that you always love the male character?
Yeah, I do notice that.
Why is that?
Because it's written by a woman.
That's so fucking true.
That's why.
Man written by a woman. Love.
I love that shit.
Okay.
I think we just ended on
No, that's not it. Is it because he's Italian? You love Italian men?
I don't know. I didn't even know Italy was real until Luca.
Shut up. Wasn't that a whole meme? Like, it's too bad Italy's not real.
I know. I wish Italy was real.
Me too.
Yeah. I don't know.
Should we go to Italy?
I'm so down.
Let's go right now.
I will say though, I am lactose intolerant. I will die out there.
Never mind. It's probably not a good idea. They probably do not cater to
it. They kick me out. They don't even let me pass like the borders.
They're like, no cheese?
No
Get the
cheese.
fuck out.
No cheese, no service.
That probably would happen.